Hey there, Dark Star here. We are back in the CJ4. I'm trying to do at least like 2 legs because the first one's always getting your understanding back a little bit. It's been a while since I've flown some of these. I did, however, rebuild the airport around here. So I put in my own runway and I put in this apron area. And I marked the lines out more the way they look on Google Maps. It's not perfect. And like on Google Maps, I think they're white and these are yellow. And I can get the curves just right, especially on this one over here. But, yeah, it's better. I went a little bit brown on the ground. I think it looks okay though. Does that say? Oh, okay. Very cool. Oh, we got luggage up here. So, that's one of the other things. Loading on this is really weird. So I went ahead and loaded the seats 100% and the cargo 100%. That puts us about where we were supposed to be. And I've got a little extra fuel in it. We're going to be a little heavy. I'm not sure that's showing the right data. Let's see if we load aircraft and load now. No, okay, I guess that's okay. I don't know, I got a different answer earlier, which is another weirdness. But I don't think the weights on this plane are quite right. We have a lot of panels here we can open, which is kind of cool. I know we can open the battery access. There we go. And then a couple panels on the other side as well. But there's nothing you can do inside. I'm obviously, like, I've mastered airports now. Mastered. I can barely put in like one runway and one taxiway. I did put in the loop around on there, but it's all like, it's not great. My modeling skills are a little weak. And I didn't do it in Blender or anything. Let's see if this is working. So this. Okay, there we go. So one thing I'm hoping to see here is, let's go ahead and get our battery on, lights armed, standby on, avionics on dispatch. Okay, let's just see what loaded up here. Runway 30 MKB. That is nowhere near the whole plan. That's okay. Index next settings, and then we should be able to get ground power on. And then if we look here, we should see the battery amperage is 0. So if I turn that off, it's draining my battery. If I turn it on, battery amperage is 0. That's how I know it's using external power, but there's no external power attached. So one thing I was kind of hoping with, one reason I rebuilt the airport, and I don't think it's going to work. It didn't work. Oh, I can. Now I can request power supply. And it's still going to back right through me because, you know, nobody cares how these things work. Now this should open. Here's a bus coming in. Oops. I'm gonna see like a clown car of people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, there's only 8. Look at this poor dude over here. Alright, we finally got some... Let's see if we get a cord plugged in. Alright, well we got ground power now, so I like that. Let's get the cabin lights on dim. Probably should have done that before we loaded it up. We can also see our ground power is listed as available now. So that's good. And as long as we've got full ground power, let's go ahead and get avionics on. We'll start this aligning. That'll give us another entry pad here as well. We can go position init. Select our GPS position. Now, flight plan. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to do a WICC. Is going to be here, I think. Nope. Destination. That's where I meant to put it. We already had it right there. Destination. Okay, origin runway 3, that's alright. And then we're going to MKB. That is indeed our first waypoint. Now we want to go via W18. Airway not bound. Well, can we, what if we do TKG? Now, can we do W19er? I typed it in wrong before, didn't I? That was the problem. Now, over here we can go. Oops, wrong way. Let's zoom that out. Well, even that's not going to get us very far, but what we can do is go into plan mode. Alright, so, and then we want to go W21 to OTBIN OBTIN. Tain? I don't know. Invalid airway exit. OTBIN. Oh my goodness. Okay. EIN. All right, now execute that, and now I think if we go look at let's look at our, let's go ahead and do the base perfinet. So we've got 300 in cargo and 9 in passengers. So we want to halt that. Makes no sense. I don't know, all this weight and stuff is so screwed up on all of these things. So this would make each passenger be 68 pounds, right? So I guess we could do 10 at 68.6. Let's call it 69. And that gets us closer to our actual value. So like, how weird is that, right? 10 seats, you can only put in 69 pounds each. It's just so weird. But there we go, and then we've got 300 cargo, so that's right, and that's all coming to, I mean, 3.5 here because I had to round up on the weight. So that's what we've got. I'm suspecting, yeah, there's no data here at all. So probably the best data we'll get is here, which is a nearby, which is fine. It doesn't really matter here much. Pretty warm. We're starting, we think, on 3.0. I hope. Anti-ice off, flaps 15, rotate at 103, send, and then this just waits. Let's see, there's no departure here, but we do have what we believe is an arrival. Always subject to change, but let's do OTB. Let's see, we think it's going to be the Zulu 11. Dagum. And 1 Echo here. Okay, no gaps. All right, we got our performance done and everything. Now what, oh, somehow we're in some entry mode here. Keyboard input in active. Okay, there we go. I didn't know you could click on it and type, looks like. Good to know. Alright, did we get the door closed? We did get the door closed. Got some extra jets in here. That's because Say Intentions doesn't know where the parking spots are. Alright, let's get the nav lights on, and we're gonna go ahead and get our beacon light on because we're about to get our clearances and everything. So let's see, the other thing we can go here is tune, and then we're ready to do that. And let's see, what was our QNH? Approximately 1010. What the heck? Oh, that's range. Let's grab a random knob, go at it. Alright, and then it's 83 here, because this is going to be in inches. You can always just cross-check these. So, this one's probably the wrong one, so
Papa Kilo Alpha Hotel India, ready to taxi.
Low end of 1010.
Papa Kilo Alpha Hotel India, runway 30 taxi at your discretion. Runway 30 taxi, our discretion, Papa Kilo Alpha Hotel India.
Also got our checklists on here we can do. Acknowledge. 4 starting engines, batteries are on, emergency lights are on, standby's on, avionics we went ahead and got on since we've got GPU, parking brake is set, wheel chocks have been removed, cabin doors closed, passenger briefing is complete. Seat belts, pedals, exterior lights, we've already got beacon on, so we're good on that. And let's go ahead and get our safety and seatbelt lights on. I think that's what it meant up there. Maybe? I don't know. Okay, CAS. FMS is all ready to go. Climate control selector is off. Now climate control is going to be here. So we'll get that off in a moment. Okay, let's make sure throttles are idle. Gear lever is down. Alright, let's go ahead and get clearance.
Doctor.
Clearance citation 750 Delta X-ray. We'd like to get our IFR clearance to Whiskey India Charlie Charlie.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, information current, cleared to WICC. After departure, fly radar vectors MKB, then as filed. Initial climb 3000, departure on 133.2, squawk 7213, released for departure. Clearance void, if not off by 2332 Zulu, time now 2317.
Cleared to WI Charlie Charlie. After departure, fly radar vectors MKB, then is filed. Initial climb 3000, departure on 133.2. Squawk 7213, release for departure, void 2332, citation 0 Delta X-ray.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, readback correct.
Okay, there's no one here to talk to, so we're just going to go on CTAF. Not sure what this place is called.
Welcome on our trip to Husein Sastranegara.
Ferdinand traffic. Citation 750 Delta X-ray is gonna push and start. Ferdinand traffic.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray, Labuhan Bilik Airport info, push and start approved, face north.
What? This should be CTAF, there shouldn't be anyone here. That's weird. Okay, anyway, we're gonna push here. Release parking brake and release hold. And climate control off. And then we're gonna start.
Folks, we'll be getting underway shortly, so please make sure your seatbelt is fastened and any loose items are secured. Your estimated flight time to Husein Sastranegara International Airport is approximately
Wait for
2 hours.
20 here.
I kindly ask that you pay close attention to the upcoming safety demonstration, as it contains important information even for frequent flyers. Please fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle and adjusting it snugly. Remember to keep it fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated.
Gonna watch our
If you have any
IGT
electronic
here.
devices, please set them to flight
Shows
mode.
ignition,
Smoking
and
and
one's
the use
coming
of
up.
e-cigarettes are not permitted on board. In the unlikely event that oxygen masks are needed, they will drop from above. Pull the mask towards you, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Remember to secure your own mask before assisting others. Life vests are located under your seat. If needed,
We
put it
forgot
on,
to do this.
fasten it, and inflate it only after leaving the aircraft. Floor level lighting will guide you to the nearest exit, which may be behind you. In case of evacuation, please leave all personal belongings behind and follow crew instructions immediately.
Whoops.
If any electronic device becomes hot or catches fire, please inform me right away. Thank you for your attention.
Should have disconnected ground power first. Okay, let's set parking brake. Run. I don't know if you should disengage first or undo run first. If you were having a hot start or whatever, I mean. Hey, there's flaps 15. We're gonna go a lot of elevator trim, because we are very heavy. Flaps trims are set. We got 3,000 dialed in. We want to put in our squawk 7213. And we'll go ahead and turn that on. And we're done with this now, so we'll go legs here. Okay, and then we get climate control back on. Right, avionics on, climate control norm, passenger safety light on, trims are set, flight control, speed brakes are retracted, flaps, hydraulic pressure is where? Here. So that's good. We don't need any anti-ice. Takeoff data set, avionics set, autopilot. Engage and then disconnect. Alright, so we want to engage and disconnect. Okay, altimeters are set. Pressurization, our destination elevated to 467, current cabin altitude 1,000 feet, that's correct. ECAS all looks good. Aft divider door latched open. Alright, exterior lights, we are ready to taxi. We're gonna check the brakes. Nose wheel steering. I'm going to pretend to do announcements because they're, I don't know, it's acting weird. That'd be Ferdinand traffic, citation, supervisor, X-ray is taxiing runway 30 via Alpha. From parking 3. I labeled the parking spots. Okay, so next thing would be, let's go ahead and get that parking brake off. Steering, differential brake check, and now we want to do, hey, Suicide Man, what are you doing? I put up a nice taxi sign and I've got the labels on the ground.
Approaching runway 30.
Okay, we're gonna hold here and then we're gonna try this. We're gonna try like the rudder bias test. I'm not seeing any action on the rudder here. It's supposed to deflect the rudder. Let's check externally. Nope. So that doesn't seem to work, unfortunately. Okay, we don't need any ice protection. Seats upright, everybody. Flaps are checked. Speed brakes are tracked, trims 1, 2, 3 all checked. Crew briefing is complete. TCAS to TARA. Radar is required. GA button push. Battery amps 0. Pitot heat on. Exterior lights, that would be landing lights and strobes. Alright, throttle to takeoff, in1 command bugs, green chevron, brakes release, control wheel rotate at BR, and then we do all the things. Alright. Ferdinand traffic, citation 750, Delta X-ray is entering runway 30 for departure to the south. It's a pretty long runway, so it shouldn't be trouble getting out of here. We're heading out over the oceanish, I think.
On runway 30 remaining. 7,100 feet.
Yeah, not 10,000 feet long, but alright, so we don't need any anti-ice. This is all good. There's not really much to do over here, except bake everybody if we wanted to. Lights are all good. All we want to do now is sync our heading. Okay, we're gonna climb to 3,000. And we are going to make a turn to the left. Right, toga power set. Oh, a lot of left rudder there. We're way faster than we wanted to be. I'm gonna go flaps up here. I'm having to pitch way forward. Alright, so I'm gonna make that turn to the left here.
Altitude.
Okay, we are in climb. We want substantially lower than climb power now. Alright, heading sync, heading,
Papa Kilo Lima, Quebec Delta,
autopilot
ready to
on,
taxi.
nav
Papa Kilo
armed,
Lima, Quebec Delta, runway 30 taxi at your discretion. Runway 30 taxi, our discretion. Papa Kilo Lima, Quebec Delta.
we need to go, I don't have the radio set the way I need, so I'm having to dial that in. Departure, citation 750 Delta X-ray is with you at 3,000.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray, Jakarta radar contact. Climb flight level 410.
Climbing flight level 410, 0 Delta X-ray. I like that. Alright, let's go ahead and go, we got, 410, right? That's what, oh, come on.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray. Contact Jakarta Oceanic Center on 132.85.
Okay, flight level change. And go back into climb. Jakarta Oceanic 132.85, citation 0 Delta X-ray. Jakarta Oceanic, citation 750 Delta X-ray is with you at 4,000, climbing flight level 410.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray, Jakarta Oceanic Center identified. Assalamu alaikum, Sabolga, Penang Sori, QNH 1011.
QNH 1011, 0 Delta X-ray. Right, cabin pressure is rising, differentials increasing. Landing gear is retracted, flaps are at 0, throttles are in climb, yaw dampener is probably on because we got autopilot on. Still don't need ice protection. We're passing 10,000, we'll go and get seatbelt lights off. And landing lights can come off as well.
Dear guests, the use of approved electronic devices is now permitted in flight mode. I will begin cabin service shortly. Thank you for your patience.
Jakarta Oceanic Center, Scooter 767, flight level 320.
Scooter 767, Jakarta Oceanic Center, roger.
Alright, we are on course. Let's go ahead and go standard. Nice clear day. A little hazy, but you know, I didn't really check if I'm okay. I'm on real time and live weather, so that's good. Unsure.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, contact Jakarta radar on 132.3, squawk 4476.
Jakarta radar on 132.3, squawking 4476, 0 Delta X-ray.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, not seeing you on radar. Cycle your transponder and ident again for me.
Look, dude, you just told me to change it. Give me 1 sec. Yikes. Jakarta radar, citation 750 Delta X-ray with you at flight level 197, climbing to 410.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray, Jakarta radar, climb flight level 410.
Climbing flight level 410, 0 Delta X-ray.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, radar contact 29er southwest of 8 Padang Airport at flight level 200. Padang Sedem Point QNH 1011.
radar, Leon Inter 209er, flight level 280.
Lion Inter 209er, Jakarta radar, roger.
So our options right now are flatten out and climb more slowly and speed up. So I can go like BS mode and then flatten us out to like say just 1,000 feet per minute. That will, oh, I hate this thing. Stop it.
Jakarta radar, Indonesia 183, flight level 280. Indonesia 183, Jakarta radar, roger.
Okay, so our ground speed now is 400 here. Yeah, you just gotta watch and make sure you don't overspeed, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. At least not, you know, above 25,000. Or probably 20,000. Okay, we're almost at Mach 0.7. So let's see, at Mach 0.7 I'm going to switch to flight level change mode. and right click that to hold Mach 0.7. If you climb more steeply, then your ground speed will be lower, and it basically takes you longer to get there. So I feel like there's kind of some ideal speed you want to be going to balance out climbing and ground speed, but I don't know the best way to figure that out. I just kind of eyeball it. Alright, let's go check our progress. So we should have, at this burn rate, we'd have 1,000 pounds at our destination. That's okay. Hour 40 ETE, but we're going to speed up some, so probably won't be that in the end. So we burned 725 so far. Right now we're burning 2,000 an hour. From our current position, 683 nautical miles. ETE 1.5 hours. I don't know why this doesn't have any information. Okay, current information, X-ray. Really? No METAR? Okay, wind's calm. So we'll just say 0. Temp 25. I don't know why this is not entering anything. I don't know, maybe it'll populate later or something. Should be mostly ocean out that way, I think. There are a few things I'd like to see in this airplane, but overall it's actually pretty good. There's a lot of avionics functionality.
Jakarta radar, Redcap 403, flight level 210.
Redcap 403, Jakarta radar, roger.
EFLY 1605, flight level 320.
EFLY 1605, Jakarta radar, roger.
Jakarta radar, Leon Inter 209er, flight level 380.
Lion Inter 209er, Jakarta radar, roger.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray is on frequency 12345. Anybody out there? Co-pilot, you have the comms.
I've got the comms now.
Jakarta radar, Prosper 937, flight level 190. Prosper 937, Jakarta radar, roger.
Altitude.
Jakarta radar, Indonesia 183, flight level 380. Indonesia 183, Jakarta radar, roger.
Dear guests, I will now begin the snack and beverage service. Today, I have some delightful options for you, including our signature gourmet sandwiches and refreshing fruit juices. After the service, I will have some selected items from our shop available for you. Thank you for your attention, and please let me know if you need anything during the flight.
Alright, we are pretty close to max speed. Let's see if we need to reduce the throttles or not. It is creeping up. Very slowly. 98.9. All right, top of descent's 1 hour. I see no live players around at all. Just kind of weird. Is like nobody using say intentions but me? I wonder how many users they actually have. Alright, let's get a nice cruise perspective here. I actually want to, let's do this. Alright, let's try this again. Maybe about like that. Alright, now we should be able to go shift 9. Alright, let's cruise for a little while. Keep an eye on things. One thing I want to make sure is I'm not going to overspeed here. We seem pretty stable at this point. Don't seem to be creeping up anymore.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, contact Jakarta radar on 132.7.
Contacting Jakarta radar on 132.7. Citation 750 Delta X-ray. Jakarta radar, citation 750 Delta X-ray. Good morning with you, flight level 410.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray, Jakarta radar identified. Good morning. Citation 0 Delta X-ray. Expect the October 1 Echo arrival. Anticipate descent in about 20 minutes.
Expecting the October 1 Echo arrival. Anticipating descent in about 20 minutes. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
Well, we should be coming up on top of descent here in a little bit. I still show at least 15 minutes. I do have one change. I got notified of an arrival change here. We got assigned the Yankee. I don't think that really makes any appreciable difference. We lost a segment here. Alright, now as we learned last time, or remembered, I had done it before, but let's just clear that out. That's done, that's done. We'll do that at 18 or so. Alright, so what we want to do is go to MFD Advance, and then we can go previous next waypoint. And I wish there was a zoom range knob down here. But now we can go next waypoint, next waypoint. Okay, that seems pretty straightforward and nice. We got our new approach entered. Let's kind of brief the... Oh, well, actually, let's ask our co-pilot to do it. Hey, co-pilot, can you brief our arrival procedure? Opt-in.
We'll be arriving at Husein Sastranegara International Airport on runway 11 using the RNAV approach. We'll be flying the October 1 Echo Arrival. Transition level is 130. After the star, we'll intercept the RNAV to runway 11. Weather at arrival shows winds calm, visibility 1 mile with mist, and sky clear. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 4476, and approach frequency will be 133.2. We'll configure for landing with flaps 30, and final approach speed will be 135 knots. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain.
I got approach on 121. So.
Citation 0, Delta X-ray, contact Jakarta. Radar on 124.35.
Contacting Jakarta radar on 124.35. Citation 750 Delta X-ray. Jakarta radar, citation 750 Delta X-ray. Good morning with you, flight level 410.
So I don't think it did a very good job on that.
Delta X-ray, Jakarta radar identified. Good morning.
Can't make those out, unfortunately. Okay, so at Oraga, 11,000 above. Officer, between 9,000 and 7,500. That is correct. And above 5,000 at Nusbi. 5,600, sorry, that's correct. And then Dagum is 250 knots above 4,500. That's correct. And then we switch into our approach. Now this says 4,500. And I think we're already there at 4,500 all the way to Ispar, so that's why it's not on that waypoint. It just it is 4,500. But it look actually not. Actually not. I'm going to go ahead and put that in as a constraint so that we won't be coming in over that waypoint, because I think we should be at 4,500 here. Okay, let's set our minimums to 27,700. If I can remember how to do that. I think it's refs menu. There we go. And then we dial this. So at 2770. There we go. Top of descent here in 6 minutes. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and get our seatbelt signs on. Did we need to update our landing data? Wind's calm, 28 degrees. Runway slope practically 0. Runway 11 is correct. All right, we can descend. Our approach speed's 109. So even with a very large landing factor, We're fine. Yeah, we're now looking at 2.4 thousand pounds of fuel remaining as predicted. And let's see, 1012, so practically no change from here. And we can enter it here, 1012, and that's 2988. Okay. Jakarta radar, citation 750 Delta X-ray. We are ready to begin our descent.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, descend via October 1 Echo to 4,500 into Husein Sastranegara, QNH 1011.
Descend via October 1 Echo to 4,500 into Husein Sastranegara. QNH 1011. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
Alright, and we want to go... I don't know, I kind of honestly want to get out of this mode. Okay, lower the throttle.
Folks, we've begun our approach to Husein Sastranegara International Airport. Please return to your seats, stow any tables, and fasten your seatbelts. Thank you. I don't know why we get this.
Uh-oh, I did the thing again. I don't know how to get the checklist back out. Ah, there we go. Escape. Should be our approach reference data. So Google doesn't know crud about this plane. All right, a sharp left-hand turn. That should really be pushed in. Whoa, a bunch of stuff under there, huh? Oh, the luggage, right. We did get a full load of people, right? Yeah. Someone can sit here, apparently. This is the, Crazy Lou. The lavatory. See, how many is that? 1, 2, so there's 6 here, 7, 8. Okay, that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be 8 plus co-pilot and me, so this plane counts that as 9 passengers. Co-pilot doesn't count. I guess you don't get one by default anyway. It's probably single pilot certified.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, contact Jakarta radar on 135.9er.
Contacting Jakarta radar on 135.9. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
Okay, I'm going to pull out a little bit more speed here.
Jakarta radar, citation 750 Delta X-ray. Good morning, descending flight level 210 for 4,500.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray, Jakarta radar identified. Good morning. Citation 0 Delta X-ray, contact Bandung approach on 121.0.
Contacting Bandung approach on 121.0. Citation 750 Delta X-ray. Bandung approach, citation 750 Delta X-ray. Good morning, descending flight level 180 for 4,500.
Citation 750 Delta X-ray, Bandung approach identified. Good morning, clear Dagum transition. Expect the RNAV Yankee runway 11 approach into Husein Sastranegara. Advise you have information, Bravo.
We have information, Bravo.
Acknowledged, we have information, Bravo.
Jakarta radar, Batic 7533 1000.
Bandung approach, citation 750 Delta X-ray. We have Bravo information.
Oh, nice. I didn't know they would make the call.
Clear Dagum transition. Expect RNAV Yankee runway 11 approach into Husein Sastranegara. Information Bravo. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
120.7 for Batic 7533.
Although, as per usual, it's calling it Charles. It's always like one ahead. I don't know. I don't know why it does that.
Radar, Batic 7153, flight level 140. Batic 7153, Jakarta radar, roger. Batic 6584, contact Jakarta radar on 135.9er. 135.9er for Batic 6584.
Paddock 7153, contact Lumpur radar on 132.6.
Over to Lumpur radar on 132.6, Paddock 7153.
Alright, we have all our landing data.
1000.
Crew briefing is done.
Roger.
Flight instruments are
Paddock
good.
6584, contact Ujung Padang Control on 123.9.
Minimum set.
123.9 for Paddock 6584.
Fuel transfer off.
Paddock 6228, contact Jakarta radar on 135.9.
I think our exterior lights are
Jakarta radar, Batik 6228, so long.
noise protection.
Batik 7153, 5000.
Paddock 7153, Jakarta radar, roger. Paddock 6228, Jakarta radar, roger. Paddock 6228, contact Lumpur radar on 132.6.
132.6, Paddock 6228, thanks.
Batik 7153, contact Lumpur radar on 123.75.
123.75, Batik 7153, thanks.
At about Dania, we'll go flaps 15. So it's going to be here. All right, we're coming up on 10,000.
Batik 6228, Jakarta radar, roger. Paddock 6228, contact Lumpur radar on 123.75.
123.75, Batik 6228, thanks.
Folks, we are now starting our final approach into Bandung. Please turn off all electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Kindly return to your seats, ensure your seatbelts are fastened, and put your tray tables away. The weather at Husein Sastranegara International Airport is currently hazy with a temperature of 27 degrees Celsius. Our assigned parking is stand parking 43. Thank you for your cooperation.
Batik 6228, Jakarta radar, roger.
Okay, cabin pressurization's coming down. Differential pressure right now is 0.4. So now we're just looking at landing gear flaps, all that fun stuff. Whoa, what was that?
Singapore 953, contact Jakarta radar on 135.9.
Over to Jakarta radar, Singapore 953, so long.
Okay, there's a 250 knot speed limit coming up, but we're already below 10,000, so that doesn't make any sense. We'll already be doing that. There are no other speed restrictions, but we're going to start slowing down. 210 to 220 range here is pretty good.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, cleared for the RNAV runway 11 approach via Dagum.
Cleared for the RNAV runway 11 approach via Dagum. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
Jakarta radar, Singapore 9er 53, 1000. Singapore 9er 53, Jakarta radar, roger. Papa Kilo Juliet, Kilo Charlie, contact Jakarta radar on 135.9er.
135.9er, Papa Kilo Juliet, Kilo Charlie, thanks for the help.
Prosper 512, Jakarta radar, roger. Prosper 512, contact Ujung Pandang control on 134.1.
So at this Dania here, we're going to be at 4,500. We're going to flatten out. It's going to be real easy to reduce speed. We're going to reduce speed below 200, get flaps 15. Continue to reduce speed to about 180.
Jakarta radar, Papa Kilo Juliet, Kilo Charlie, 1000.
Papa Kilo Juliet, Kilo Charlie, Jakarta radar, roger.
Until the next waypoint. And then we'll get geared down, flaps full, and set up for our final.
Jakarta radar, Papa Kilo, Quebec, Mike Echo, 1000. Papa Kilo, Quebec, Mike Echo, Jakarta radar, roger.
Altitude.
Oh, and I didn't call it out, but I will hit approach mode as well.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, contact Husein Sastranegara Tower on 118.65.
Contacting Husein Sastranegara Tower on 118.65. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
Okay, go ahead and go
Husein
approach
Sastranegara
mode.
Tower, citation 750 Delta X-ray. Good morning, established on the RNAV runway
Glide
11
path
approach.
is armed. It's an RNAV, so it's not going to go green.
Delta X-ray, Husein Sastranegara Tower, roger, continue approach.
Okay, slowing down to 200. We can see our TOD has appeared right where it should.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, runway 11, winds 360 at 6, cleared to land.
Cleared to land.
Runway 11, cleared to land. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
Okay, there's about our 180. And we're gonna go ahead and go flaps 15. And then we're gonna start slowing down to just below 160. Okay, gear down. Flaps full. Bring it. Start bringing in the power. Power, power, power. And slowing down to our approach speed. I see our airport. There's a green dot. All right, and let's try.
Approaching runway 11.
Autopilot.
Autopilot off. Okay, we're on the glide slope.
Minimums.
Continuing. Okay. 300 feet. Don't hit that building.
Papa Kilo Quebec Alpha Sierra, ready to taxi. Papa Kilo Quebec Alpha Sierra, runway 11 taxi via, hold short of runway 29er. Runway 11 taxi via, hold short of runway 29er, Papa Kilo Quebec Alpha Sierra.
That nose down and brake, and we have animals on the runway. It is mayhem here. Oh, how did that get undisabled? I don't know where we're supposed to exit.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, welcome to Husein Sastranegara. Taxi to stand parking 43 at your discretion, stay with me.
Taxi to stand parking 43 at our discretion. Staying with you. Citation 750 Delta X-ray.
Husein Tower, 0 Delta X-ray requesting progressive taxi.
Folks, welcome to Bandung. Did you know that Bandung is known as the Paris of Java due to its beautiful architecture and vibrant culture? Thank you for flying with us today.
Citation 0 Delta X-ray, taxi to stand parking 43 at your discretion. Good day.
On behalf of your flight crew,
stand parking
thank you for
43 at our
flying with Air
discretion.
Charter Services.
Citation
The
750
local
Delta
time
X-ray.
is 8:28 in the morning.
I don't have a 4.3, so I don't know where to go. All right, flaps are retracted, spoilers are up. Let's get to taxi lights only. Let's get strobe off. Let's get pitot heat off. Okay, apparently at the end of this taxiway is what they're calling Tour 3. I don't think this is a real parking spot though. I have a parking spot indicator and it is not lighting up. Parking brake set. So we can get taxi lights off, we can get seat belts and safety lights off, we can go ahead and shut down the engines, and we could try to get over here to external power, but it is not available. What happens if we do this anyway? Yeah, it won't let me. So we can't get on external power there. Throttles, brakes, not doing a go around. After landing, we did that. And we're done. There's no shutdown, so we're just gonna turn off all the lights. Boop, boop. Engines are shut down. Avionics can go to dispatch for now. That can go off, that can stay on. Battery can stay on for a minute. We should be a minimal power here, 30 amps. Well, unfortunately we can't open it up and leave it open. But there we go, we made it. And I will see you next time. That was leg 35, and next time we'll be going from here to Bali. Nice. I might take the CJ4 again. I think it's a pretty short trip. And I'm kind of enjoying this one for a bit. And then we'll hop back in the Citation X, which is probably overall my favorite. All right, bye-bye.